Good evening. Just a few words. When we started the Eastern Partnership program, I think that it's very difficult, challenging, and probably this program will be over soon. But they were right, partly, because there were a lot of challenges. We know what we're talking about. But I'm really clearly saying now, and also in presence of these friends, gentlemen here, we are really continuing with all these difficulties. Just one remark to you, just to share with you. It's clearly now obvious to many of us that the choice of the countries, it's not enough just to respect that choice, but sometimes it's important also to defend that choice. And it's not a problem of those partners, but sometimes also it's a matter of fact for us it's important. So I have no doubt that we'll continue. Maybe there will be difficulties ahead, but we are optimists and we will have a very good future in cooperation together.
Good evening. We did expect that Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk would be here today with us, but unfortunately he left to Ukraine earlier today after signing the association agreement to take a situation in Ukraine. Actually, not only in Ukraine, but around Ukraine. And really what is, we feel that the deployment of Russian troops in our eastern borders and the intensity of activities in the Crimea needs a special attention. But what's happened today is, I think, it's very important for the Ukrainian, for Ukrainians, for Ukrainian state, but also for Europe. The signing of the political part of the association agreement. It's a very good sign in what directions Ukraine has to go. Thanks.
Well, we in Georgia, we are expressing our solidarity to Ukrainian people so many times during last several months. And we were sharing the sufferings. We were watching from Georgia. And today, finally, I have the reason not to express solidarity, but to congratulate to our friends in Ukraine with the signing this very important document, after which the journey towards wider Europe becomes irreversible. And believe us, dear Ukrainians, we Georgians are not jealous that you were first signing this document, because we will follow. The most important thing is to continue our part together, that we need to stay together and we need to prove that Eastern Europe is just Europe. And Europe is the gathering of free nations, free countries, free citizens. And these problems we are witnessing now in Ukraine and in Georgia are temporary problems. And today, during this conference, we heard many encouraging words that the world, democratic world, is ready to respond. Unfortunately, that was not the case in August 2008. If that was the case, probably our Ukrainian friends would not suffer now, but better later than never, as it is said. And therefore, I am full of optimism now, and we are sharing the feelings of Ukrainian people today. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very important day for Ukraine. Today we signed the political part association agreement with the European Union. Almost 4 months ago, hundreds of thousands, millions of the people go to the street around Ukraine. We everybody demonstrate we want to live with European standards of life. It's enough to live with corruption, enough to live without rules, enough to live without future. And actually, today we sign an association agreement. Everybody understands it's right now a very difficult time for Ukraine. Intervention, military intervention from the Russia. In this difficult time, we need support. Support of friends of Ukraine. Support of everybody who see Ukraine as modern European country. And yes, of course, from us, from Ukrainians, depend our future, but with the help of our friends. And that's why I want to say thank you very much for everybody who support Ukraine, but with the help, we can go over this very difficult part of our history, and we go out from deep economical and political crisis in Ukraine. We want to build modern European country, and we do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Just 3 quick points. One of them is I want to congratulate the German Marshall Fund. What we've seen at the conference thus far today, and I'm sure we'll see it tomorrow, is a remarkable degree of unity between the Europeans and Americans, East Europeans, about what is going on, what this crisis is, a level of outrage at Russia's invasion of Ukraine, outrage over its annexation, and a determination that this cannot stand in the Europe of the 21st century. Second point, the crisis is not over. We can't talk about it today as if it's now behind us and we're cleaning up. We've seen Russia take Crimea. We worry that Russia will try to take other parts of Ukraine, or will try to see places like Transnistria join the Russian Federation, or South Ossetia or Abkhazia. So this crisis is not over and needs active crisis management. And that's the third point, is that despite the unity that we see, we need to see stronger action from a transatlantic community to deter that kind of Russian activity. We need to be bolder, we need to be stronger, we need to be faster.